There are 5 things the Bengals can do to damn near guarantee that they go to the Super Bowl. And these are those things. The first thing the Bengals could do is the most obvious. I mean, it really is. It's the most obvious thing the Bengals could do to make sure that they are not even just contenders, but damn near a shoe-in to win a Super Bowl. There's 3 things. It really is. The first is sign Trey Henderson. Okay? I'm not even going to include the Shamar Stewart thing. Like, I don't even know how the Bengals or Shamar Stewart have leverage on that. It's like, hey, I'm just going to sit out. Y'all ain't going to put that new rule on me. I think by training camp, that should be over with. Now, I could be wrong. I mean, unless they feel like they need to redshirt him. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know how the Bengals are going to have leverage on this. All right, on the Shamar Stewart thing. But let's move on. But like I was saying, the main thing is to sign Trey. And I don't even know why the Bengals, who I have been a fan of this team for over 45 years, and I'm not even joking. I am 50 years old, and I've been a fan since I was maybe 4. So, I mean, again, the Bengals are just, Mike Brown and crew are just really, I don't even want to say, oh, they're the type where they're just going to stand firm. No, they're just dumb. They're incompetent. Like, they're Joe Burrow and the Bengals' biggest obstacle. The biggest obstacle that Joe Burrow and the Bengals face every year is their own front office. It sucks to say it, but it's just the truth. Okay, that's one. So again, a smart team would have handled the Trey Henderson thing differently because they wouldn't have let it get out of hand like that. Like, again, it's very simple. One, you're not going to cut him this year. We know that. You're not going to cut him next year. And you have all this money. Like, these people out here who be like, oh, the Bengals don't have any money. That just goes to show me you don't know shit about the Bengals. It's very easy. You can just look it up. They have, like, right now, like $26 million just sitting there. Who on the defense are you going to pay? You already paid T. You already paid Jamar. You already paid Joe Burrow. There's nobody on this team left to pay. So that money's just sitting there. And that's after you sign your draft pick. Like, that money really is just sitting there. Okay? I don't know what you're doing with Jermaine Pratt. I don't even know why you're on the team. So, like, this whole scenario thing of, oh, well, if they get through training camp and somebody get hurt, we can get a draft pick. What are you going to get, a 7th round? Like, bruh, just cut the dude. And, the thing with Volson, okay, if you think that the new offensive coordinator can get Volson on track, cool. But let's be real. They have money to sign Trey Henderson. They don't need people to take pay cuts. And here's what I would do. I'm just saying, this is what I would do. I'm not saying that's what they were going to do. This is just saying I would do this. Okay? First, what I would do is I would sign Trey to a $91 million, no pun intended, because that is his jersey number, a $91 million contract extension. And this is how I would do it. I would give him $20 million up front as a signing bonus. Okay. Then $35.5 million next year, and then $35.5 million a year after that. Okay. Now, but there is, what I would do is I would say, okay, Trey, you ball out next year, because we're not going to cut you. But if you ball out, say you get between 17 to 20 sacks, it'll automatically kick in that third year is guaranteed. So, I mean, it's really that simple, because my thing is this: if he doesn't ball out this year or next year, then you just got him. Like, I guarantee you he ain't turning that down. And if you want to add a fourth year, okay. But guarantee, like, they need to get off of this not guarantee in more than 1 year. Just guarantee him the second year. You're not going to cut him. If he balls out this year, because he probably would, because he'd be happy as fuck, because you finally paid him some money. He ball out this year, you're not going to cut him. You're just going to franchise tag him. You might as well just guarantee him money next year. And then you're good to go. It's really that simple. Like, after that, if it's like, bruh, we can't afford this dude. He 33. He ain't moving like he is. Okay. And Shamar Stewart and Miles Murphy are finally looking like first round picks. And then you cut them. Yeah. I mean, because like I said, you're not guaranteeing anything past the next year, which is this year and next year. You're not guaranteeing anything past this year and next year. Now, if Trey wants more than that, oh, well, tell him on that one. He ain't getting more than that. But what I'm saying is that would be the smart move if you're the bank. Okay. The second thing, and I'm telling you, it is really this simple. The second thing the Bengals should do that would almost guarantee that they get to the Super Bowl, okay, is sign a safety. I don't care if it's, what is his name? Let me see. I don't care if it's Jason Blackburn. Hold on. Nope, not prepared for this. I was really not prepared for this. This is on me. Julian Blackman. Okay. So it don't matter if it's Julian Blackman or Justin Simmons. The second thing I would do to almost guarantee that the Bengals make it to the Super Bowl. And I know, look, y'all can clip this and, throw it back in my face. I don't care. I really do believe these things. Sign Trey. Next thing I would do is sign a safety. Whether it's Julian Blackman or Justin Simmons, I don't care. But it needs to be one of those two. All right. It definitely needs to be one of those two. Okay. Those are the two best out there. Get one of them, bring them in. And don't give me this, like, Geno Stone does not, like, the Bengals don't even believe Geno Stone deserved the contract that they gave him, and they made him take a pay cut. Like, that's the crazy part. So they don't even believe he deserved that. So I don't know why you would go into the season without, an experienced player who, not saying that they're better than Geno, but at least on his level, give him some competition. So you're going to go in there with Tyson Anderson. Like, I hear people talk about Tyson Anderson. Like, this dude I don't ever remember seeing him play other than special teams. So I'm supposed to just think that Tyson Anderson just gonna come in and ball out. Like, no. Now Jordan Battle, I think he would probably grow, but you still need something more than Geno Stone, Tyson Anderson, and whatever Deshaun Anthony or what I think his name is. Like you got to have more than that, man. Come on, like seriously, you have to have more than that unless you are considering moving Dax back to safety. But still, it's really that simple. Like bringing Justin Simmons or Julian Blackmon, and like that right there is almost a guarantee that you are going to go far. Okay, now those are the only two things. That's just me. That's the only two things I really think you need on defense, because you drafted Knight, you drafted Carter, who I love Carter. You still got, Logan Wilson. You brought the dude from the Phillies. I mean, so I think they're going to probably go with 5 linebackers. You got, your defensive line. Once you get, Trey and Shamar Stewart on the field, I mean, that's about as good as he's going to get with those players. You just need the development from Osai and Murphy. Maybe Cedric Johnson. And because Cedric Johnson could be almost a crossover from, a linebacker and, the edge rusher. Like you got pieces. Like, the defense was trash last year. That's a fact. But you got pieces that if you just do those two things, which one of the things the dude was already on your team. If you do that one thing, just bringing that one safety, you will be fine, because there really isn't no room for anything else. Like at this point, you just got to figure out what's going on. Because I actually like some of the undrafted free agents that they're bringing in, like Gregory, and the dude from Notre Dame, and the tight end that they got from West Virginia. I mean, they brought in. I think their UDFA selection was damn near as good as their draft pick. So I'm just saying, like they brought in some good stuff. All right, and on the off, and the third thing I would do. Now, this is the one where people are going to lose. They shouldn't be, because it's controversial. But I would do this because I know how much it would piss off so many people. Okay, because I don't think they're going to assign like a Dalton Reisner, which I would have done. I don't think they're going to sign the dude from the Jaguars. Like, I definitely would have brought in Dalton Reisner, with Patrick. And just let them have at it and see who comes out the best. But what I definitely would do, because I know how much this would piss people off, is I would go out, at least ask them if Kenyon Allen would like to come be the third wide receiver on this team. You know how pissed off people would be if you can roll out Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins and Kenyon Allen, and then still have Yoshi and Burton, man. And then you throw it out Mike Gesicki, like people will be so pissed. Like Joe Burrow, he's just a merchant quarterback. That's all he is. Like, yep, good. If that's what Joe Burrow is, the Joe Burrow only benefits from his weapons, then why not just give this dude more weapons? Like, seriously. If that's what makes Joe Burrow better, okay? Because people don't think he's better than Patrick. They don't think he's better than Josh or Lamar or like the other day I saw some idiotic crap on Fox Sports 1 where they were blaming Joe for all these losses. Okay. That's fine. Even though Joe has had the 27th or lower offensive line since he's been in the league. Like, seriously, 27th is the best he's had as an offensive line in his time as quarterback. It's been 30, 32, 31, 30. Like, it's really been bad. Like, there's like it's really been bad. Only one time he's had the 27th. Other than that, it's been in the 30s. Okay. So since he's so to them, he's not elite and he's not a top 10 quarterback. Okay, cool. If Joe Burrow is only as good as his weapons, like these people say he is, then go out and get Keenan Allen. Add him to, like, honestly, if the Bengals had an owner like Mark Cuban, I would go out and like try to trade for no, because I would, they wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying, just to piss people off. This is totally just to piss people off. I would go out and be like, hey man, let's see if Tyreek Hill want to come play here. Because I'm serious. I would just go out and get Keenan Allen. Like, he's just sitting out there. Like, ask him if he want to play. And if he's not, like, I know he gets hurt sometimes, but again, so does T. So hopefully they would never be hurt at the same time. And he wouldn't have to be out there because Yoshi can ball. Like, you know, you have Yoshi, and if Jermaine Burton is really putting in that work like they say he is, I'm just saying, it probably be cool that you just bring in Keenan Allen. Because right now, I can't really even see, like, who you are going to put on this team. Like, or for the six, like, you know, they normally go with 6 wide receivers. So, you know, Jamar, T, Burton, Yoshi, Charlie Jones. And that's if Charlie Jones can stay healthy. I mean, I know they're high on the dude from Duke, more, you know, so, but me personally, I would just go out, sign Keenan Allen, and just watch people lose their damn shit. Like, oh my God, how many weapons do Joe Burrow need? Like, yeah, obviously a lot, because y'all say he ain't shit without weapons. So go get him more weapons. I mean, that's what I would do. And no, I mean, really, those are the 3 things I would do. That, and it's simple. Those are the 3. Like, it wouldn't cost you that much. Really, it really wouldn't cost you that much. And those are 1-year deals. So I don't know, this whole thing that the Bengals try to roll over money every year is like, if you're just doing 1-year deals, that money falls off. So why are you trying to hold money till next year? Like, do the stuff you need to do now so that Joe Burrow and this coaching staff can take advantage of, you know, situations. Like, I know Al Golden is like, bruh, I left Notre Dame for this. Like, I mean, seriously, I know he like, bruh, I was like, can I get some peace? Can you bring in the pieces that I need so I can have peace of mind of drawing up plays and having my guys ready for the start of the season? We supposed to start fast. Like, man, like, this is the one time, because I am not a huge Zach Taylor fan, but this is the one time where I would honestly say, like, bruh, Zach, they ain't doing you no favors, man. They like, yo, Zach, hey man, you need to start fast, but we are definitely gonna tie one fucking arm around your back, because we ain't trying to do nothing to help you. Like, even with the first round pick, like, we just gonna have problems. Like, when Jamar and T signed, you just thought, man, we about to have a summer where Joe ain't hurt, where, you know, it's just gonna be quiet. And they were like, yeah, hold my beer. Like, yeah, no. Like, y'all can have Jamar and T, but you might not get Trey and Jamar. Like, I guess that was the trade-off. Like, it's weird, man. It really is. It's weird that, but if you've been a Bengals fan as long as I have, you're just used to this, and you're not gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. And, you know, again, like, I don't, the media, the league, they don't like the Bengals. Like, I mean, people act like when Bengal fans say that, like, we crying. It's like, we're not crying. It's just a fact. Like, we're used to it. We understand. Like, the media has never embraced the Bengals, because the Bengals will never do and has never done the things that, like, okay, for example, you want to know why people hate the Bengals in certain areas is like this. All year or all like the process of the Columbine up to the draft, people will say, well, the Bengals are going to do this. The Bengals are going to do this. The Bengals are going to do that. And then the Bengals don't do it. So they're going to hate on the Bengals because they're not doing what they are telling their fans that the Bengals are going to do. And it's like, if you're a Bengals fan, like I'm really shocked when Bengal fans be like stuck on stupid when the Bengals draft people that they've been mocking for months. Like, yeah, when have the Bengals ever done that, man? Like, that is never happened. Like, if you think the Bengals should have got, Derek Harmon or, Mike Green or all that, like, name the one person you thought was the worst out of that group, that's who the Bengals are going to draft. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you would be closer to that. Because when I was hearing people be like, I don't want Shamar Stewart. Because the one person I didn't want was Walter Nolan. Like, when I watch Walter Nolan, I am not impressed. Now, that's just me. I'm not saying that he ain't going to be nothing, but I was like, please don't get Walter Nolan. That's the one person I didn't want. I wanted Kenneth Grant, and he didn't even make it there. But again, I didn't want Walter Nolan, but so many people didn't want Shamar Stewart. And I'm just saying, the person you least think that the Bengals are going to get or should get is 9 times out of 10 who they're going to get. I mean, in the second round, Tate Ratliff just sitting there. And the Bengals was like, nah, we need that linebacker that might be there in the third round. I mean, thank God Dylan Fairchild was there, I guess. I mean, they obviously love him because he already running with the ones. But I think most Bengals would have been happy with Tate Ratliff and then Fairchild. I think they would have been more okay with that than, drafting Knight and Carter. Especially with the thing that you're doing with Jermaine Pratt. Is like, are you trying to keep him on the team? I mean, it really wouldn't make sense then, but especially when you could have Ratliff and Fairchild and basically had your offensive line sold up. Like, seriously, because you got, Seth from Ohio State. I mean, you could have sold up your interior line for the next, like, if you don't re-sign Ted, you could have had your interior line pretty much sold up. Actually, you could have had your whole offensive line sold up for the next 2 years at least. So, and that's another thing too. Like, and I know I'm probably all over the place, and I don't care. But here's another thing too that's crazy to me. Especially, okay, when people say the Bengals are cheap, the Bengals aren't necessarily cheap. They just don't spend the money the way you would spend them. Okay? Like, because I can honestly understand why they're not bringing in more people. I really can, because they're like, look, man, when Lou was here, we gave, like, go look at how many people they drafted on the defensive side. Like, they have gave Lou a lot of draft picks. They have drafted a lot of defensive players for Lou. So I don't know. From my understanding, that the coaches are involved with the scouting. So I'm like, was Lou not participating in the scouting thing? Because were they drafting people that Lou was like, I don't like that dude, but they were drafting them anyway? Because if that's the case, that's a problem. Okay? Like, seriously. Like, why are you drafting players that Lou don't think he can coach? So, but they have given Lou a lot of draft picks. A lot of draft picks. And, so the Bengals are like, nah, man, we're not going out and spending no money. We need to develop these guys that's here. We need somebody that can teach these guys here because we drafted a lot of these damn players, and they're watching other teams draft rookies. And look, when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl for the Eagles, I think they had 6, 7 rookies on their defense that was starting. And then last year, Philly winning the Super Bowl, like that. I mean, they had like 2 or 3, rookies that was starting, and damn near 6 that was participating. And the Bengals are like, yo, like we drafted all these players. Like, come on, let's get these players up. So I get that. I do. I get that. Not that it may not work, but I'm just saying. They want to see if the players that they got right now can be developed. And they got to, and Al Golden is known for developing players. Okay. So, but they are putting a lot on this plate. And, but the thing that's so confusing to me and probably a lot of other people is you have this $250 million quarterback. All right, you paying Joe Burrow $55 million a year. Yet you don't want to provide insurance that protects him. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that is the craziest thing to me. It's like, I would be out here making sure that Joe Burrow had a top 5 offensive line if I was paying this dude $55 million a year. Like, literally, that's like buying a Lamborghini and then calling a general to insure it. Like, come on. You're not going to go with Safe Auto to insure your Lamborghini. Like, you're not going to do that. Like, come on, man. Like, you're not going to go with it, but you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't go cheap. If you have a Lamborghini, you probably want to insure it so that it is covered on all aspects. All right. That's what I don't get. You have a quarterback that succeeds, with a lot of weapons. Okay. Because he's only good with his weapons, is what I've been told. If that's the case, then put an offensive line in front of that. You're paying him $55 million. Like, if I'm paying somebody $55 million who everybody say is not elite, the last thing I want to do is get this dude hurt. And now I'm paying for this terrible quarterback who's only good as his weapons, $55 million a year not to play. That makes 0 sense. And again, when I'm saying I'm being hyperbole about the Joe Burrow thing is not elite. Look, if you watch ESPN and Fox Sports 1, the conversation that they be having over Joe is pure comedy, because they'll make excuse for every other quarterback, but with Joe, it's the defense. Like, even one dude was like, yeah, the defense gave up 28 points a game and the offense only scored 25, so that's Joe's fault. Like, bruh. Like, it's Joe's fault that the defense gave up 28 points a game. Like, and then they were trying to go through the numbers and try to make it sound like Joe Burrow's numbers, like the other quarterbacks outperformed Joe Burrow. Like, Joe Burrow had one game, and honestly, it was against Lamar. Okay? Where Joe put up like 350 something yards and 5 touchdowns, and the dude was like, well, Lamar had 259 yards, 45 yards running, and 4 touchdowns. He outperformed. Like, no, he didn't. He really did not outperform Joe. If you watch the game, the only person that outperformed Joe was those referees. Those referees were really outperforming Joe, because they wouldn't call it no late hits, no face mask. I mean, like, bruh, they let the Ravens get away with mass shit, and Joe still hung 3-something on them with 5 touchdowns. So, yeah. I mean, if you want to say Joe ain't, elite, okay. And then they brought up like the Chargers game and stuff. Like, yo, the defense spotted the Chargers like 28 points, and Joe Burrow had to come back from that. And they didn't lose because of Joe. They lost because they couldn't kick a freaking field goal. And sometimes, like a Zach Taylor at the end of games or during certain games, man, he just gets out coached, and he makes stupid decisions. But that's a whole nother pod. I don't want to get all deep in that. But again, those are the three things I would do to pretty much. Those are the three things I would do that would almost guarantee that the Bengals would be a more than a Super Bowl contender. Like they will definitely be there because you don't need the defense to be number one. You just got to get the defense up to 15. And all you need to do is make sure Shamir and Trey is on the field practicing, bring in a safety. You good to go. Right. After the draft, after free agency, it is what it is. Bring in those two things, you good to go. Now, if you want to be, super sexy about it, see if you can get Asante Samuel Jr., but something tells me that something is really, really, really wrong with that dude because I'm surprised he's talking about 24 years old. I mean, when he's healthy, one of the best corners out there, and ain't nobody signing him, so something must be seriously wrong with dude. Like he ain't old enough to be one of those guys that be like, oh, I want to participate in OTA. Like he ain't on that age. He ain't at that age where that would be an issue for him. So something serious is wrong with dude. But yeah, if you just bring in, Sutton or Blackman, I mean, just for some competition back there, some a little more experience back there, Geno Stone might be better. Hey, your back end is good. You great. You move on. You don't need much on the offense. The offense is what the offense is. They ain't bringing in nobody else. Like Dalton Reisner is not coming through that door. Like Schaefer or Sheriff is not coming through that door. They're not bringing in anybody. They signed Patrick, thinking Patrick they like Patrick, and they drafted Fairchild. Like those right now are their starting guard. And anybody else like Rivers, who they drafted, who I like, they're gonna have to, they're gonna have to beat those two guys out. Not that it can't happen, but I'm just saying that's, they're pretty much set at the offensive line. They ain't bringing nothing in. It's similar to the running back. Like they're, Moss, Perine, Brooks, and Brown. That's they're even though I like that running back that they got from Arizona, the UDFA. I like that dude. Like he probably can I thought they gave Moss some guarantee money, so I was thinking like Moss ain't getting cut. But if you can cut Moss and that dude from Arizona can make the team, yeah, I don't know his name, but it'll be up. You'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, if they can get that dude, like if he ball out this summer, their running back room is cool. I think people are sleeping on. I want to say his name is Cole Taylor, the tight end from West Virginia. I think people sleeping on him. I honestly believe he's going to make the team over Tanner McLaughlin. I don't know if they love Tanner Hudson and they love Drew Sample, and I guess they love this Gamby dude because he ain't nothing but a Drew Sample clone. And for some reason, this team loves that goofy type of tight end. So I don't know. But I can honestly see them. Like I can honestly see them going with with Mike, Drew, Tanner, and Cole Taylor. Like I can see them doing that. Actually, and I can also see them going with that Gandy dude over anybody. So like I said, they like their tight end. The tight end thing is weird. You know, I'm really am glad that they signed Mike Gesicki for 3 years. Like, I'm really glad they did that because it's like, please stop. Let this musical chairs with these tight ends and give Joe somebody he can trust. And I've been a Gesicki fan since he was at Penn State. So yeah, but all in all, that's what I have. I feel like the offense is pretty much set. They like if they did, they're not, but if they did bring in like Kenny and Allen, that would be amazing because it would just piss people off. And let's be real here. If you had to line up with Gesicki, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Chase Brown in the backfield, or Taj Brooks in the backfield, good luck. Like, seriously, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Because the weapons merchant is going to dissect. He going to kill y'all. Like, really. Because people forget. He put up that 300 and something yards over with the Ravens defense, and T. Higgins didn't play that game in Baltimore. T. Higgins didn't play that game. Now, T. Higgins played the first game, and they should have won that game. But I guess that was Joe's fault that they couldn't make a field goal. And, Joe turned the ball over. Yeah, after they missed, 2 field goals that would have won them the game. But what do I know? So, the defense gave up 30-something points, but that's Joe's fault. I mean, but yeah, if he's a weapons merchant, give him some weapons. Put Keenan Allen out there with this group and just watch Joe Burrow just destroy these defenses, and hopefully your defense is at least top 18. I'm begging here, like top 18. You don't even have to be top 16. You don't even have to be top 16. Just 18. Be at 18, and we might be able to get some shit. That's all I'm saying. So that's all I got on my very first episode of Pause and Strikes, where we, basically tell the truth right down the middle. So thank you for joining me. Have a good day.